Hey folks, welcome back, and today I'm tearing apart the utter tripe, the rubbish going around the internet, literally because of the different algorithms at play. So apparently EVs are doing terrible, nobody wants them, and they are not selling at all, which is a bit true actually, ironically, if we're talking about GM or Ford. Not that GM or Ford make bad cars, they're just not selling. Most of the brands doing really, really well. So what's going on, and why is this being spread like wildfire? Now, I should preface this video with this might be more of a rant than EV news, but I'll keep it brief because I don't want to take too much time up. But I think it should be, said and put out there in a public sphere because it's a concerning thing and it's interesting as well. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to see so many people watching the videos, coming back and subscribing. Most people aren't subscribed. Please consider it and press the notification icon as well. I'm Ben Alexander and I talk about the latest EV news around the world, and I make videos just about every day. Stick around until the end and then let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments. I will actually do another video today, not just this one, because this one's a bit depressing, I would say, to be honest. Basically, the internet knows that everyone is keen to watch content on EVs. The media, the legacy media, also know this, so they just put tripe out there and then you watch their stuff. So there are certain channels that YouTube is pushing incredibly hard simply because the stuff being said is shocking or clickable or crazy. So rather than being even a little bit true, it's blatant misinformation. It's really bad. So you may or may not know the channel or channels I'm talking about. At the time of making this video now, I'm not really sure whether I will put it on the screen, but you'll know now if I do. I'll just blank out the name. But some of the titles are horrendous. They're blatant. They're right in your face every day. And YouTube is literally allowing it to get hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, just completely pushing it out there. And the reason why is quite awful. And I'm likely to get this video like shadow banned. YouTube just turns off this video, allows it to exist, but pretty quietly. So I'd say it's borderline morally criminal, because in their eyes it is getting views and it's very clickable, and therefore everybody, both parties, YouTube and the person making the video, makes money. So from the adverts that people are seeing when you click on the videos, so when you watch adverts, I get a bit of money. That's how this works. So one of the latest videos I saw posted was saying that there are EVs all over the world not selling, literally. And then they emphasized, do not buy an EV. They are literally about to drop half the price. Do not buy EVs. And then they just went on to rant. So it's utter tripe. And I feel kind of sickened because I've been aware of this for the last couple of months by the level of misinformation, dishonesty that is without doubt intentionally being created and then spread. It takes two to tango on this front, I think, to get people to watch their videos. This is really, really weird, isn't it? So EVs are selling far more than I suspect anybody ever dreamed of. Like I may have said the other day, or actually maybe twice this week, so I won't mention it again, but 40 million EVs on the roads in the world, another 15 million this year, an increase globally of 37% in 12 months. So BYD sold roughly 1 million cars, very roughly, I can't remember the actual number on top of my head. So almost 1 million cars, I think it was. They're aiming for close to 3 million by the end of this year, which they're actually kind of about to, I think they might actually hit it. So it's an incredibly complex thing to talk about because there are companies that are struggling, such as GM and Ford, and there are others. But that's because clearly they just don't have the business acumen and the team, I think, within them like BYD have, So I don't think they've got enough common sense to produce stuff that is reasonably priced for the masses. Like the Bolt was very good, product of GM. Incredibly good car, sold really well. So they should carry on, I think, with those types of cars. And I'm not sure why Ford decided to really aim to sell huge amounts of electric pickup trucks. that's just weird and a bit, a bit left of center, if you ask me, because the people that they are trying to sell to, that typically want a ute, they most likely like diesels, big diesels, smelly cars, V8s, and they hate electric cars, poncy electric cars. So I've never understood this decision ever, why they would want to focus heavily on this rather than creating vehicles that are cheap for the masses, grocery getters. Obviously, it's a business decision, so it's not a decision that's meant to be the correct decision, the best decision for you and me. It's in their best interests, they think. But I'd love to know what they have to say as to why they've decided to, really push making big utes rather than little cheap cars or more affordable cars, So the F-150, the Ford F-150 Lightning, is actually fantastic. I've never driven one, but I've seen them, and people that like utes should actually consider it if they can afford it, because it's brilliant. And if you're in Australia, how many blokes do you know that drive very big Toyota utes or Prados or overtly butch manly vehicles? I think it's a really common thing here. It's actually kind of crazy. People have those little orange things on the side. And snorkels, if you're in the suburbs and you're going to go through a big puddle, you need a snorkel and dirt tyres. It's a bit of a toxic world, and I appreciate not everyone is in that, but they may have a ute with a snorkel on. You get the picture. I won't rant. So to get those people to part with their money and pay more for an electric ute, I think is a big ask, no matter how good that electric ute is. So what do you all think about that? Because I'm pretty sure you'll tell me I'm wrong or I'm right. I'm pretty sure you'll be quite happy to do that. I just don't think it's crazy, in my opinion. It seems common sense. That's how it is. Utes are typically manly, butch cars, and to get those people to pay for an electric car is a big ask. Although I think it's a good thing if you can convert those people to like electric things, it would clean up the air, that's for sure, around the suburbs. So apparently EVs are sitting on car lots twice as long as internal combustion engine vehicles and twice as long as EVs used to be sitting last September compared with this September just gone. There is literally no data on Earth that can possibly show this, because I spend my life looking at data for hours every day. Literally every day. That's one of the things that I'm most proud of about the fact, about my videos, is that I fact check so heavily and communicate directly with companies so that I can actually be of value to you, rather than just putting out more videos per day of less or no value, but that will create advert revenue, because that's really not what I care about. So by the way, I get a share of my advert revenue, and so does YouTube, of course. So you have to think about that. So whilst it matters to me what content I put out, it doesn't matter in the slightest bit if you're a certain American company that hosts online videos, what that content is. So they actually have an agenda. This is just a quick video to make you aware of this concern of mine. It's not worth much of your time, so I'll keep it brief. So enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for watching.